What up, Gun Freak Nation? I just want to do a impromptu um, live. I'm going to do more of these often. The world is a dangerous, crazy place. All right, I'm gonna just get right to the meat and potatoes. For those who tuning in late, what up, though, Mr. Cam? Catch the replay. Listen, you got to. What up, though? Appreciate you. You don't know, y'all just don't know how much I appreciate y'all. You hear me? I really do. This channel went to like a gun tube channel. Shit, like 2018, 2017, 2018. I never had any idea that my content would reach and resonate with so many people, man. So I really appreciate every single one of y'all. You know, YouTube is kind of beating me up pretty bad. They capping me. They won't let me, but fuck it. We gon' push through that glass ceiling that, YouTube got the channel all shadow banned. But what I'm trying to say, y'all, this channel went from a beat making, I'm a producer. I was making beats to I ain't gonna call it no gun channel. I'm gonna call it just a righteous channel, man. You know what I'm saying? What up, though, Mr. 57? I'm gonna call it a righteous channel because I'm on a mission to get as many as people as I can to get armed. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission. God, the Most High, whether you believe in God or not, that's your choice. That's your decision. But I guess I get it. I get it from my mother, who was a pastor damn near all her life. In today's world, you get strapped or you gonna get clapped. You got to pick a side. You gonna be on the side of a righteously armed person that's enjoying your Second Amendment rights, or you gonna be on the other side, which is gonna be a victim. No one in their right mind wants to be a victim, right? Nobody in their right mind wants their family to be victimized, right? What up, though, Confidence? I appreciate every single one of y'all tuning in. But listen, nobody wants to be a victim or have a family be victims, family members be victims, or victimized, man. So you ultimately, at the end of the day, y'all, you got to pick a side. Are you gonna be that person that's using a bat, knife, mace, tear gas, taser, and all of that stuff is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not effective against an armed, crazy savage that's got nothing but evil on his mind. You feel me? That's a good question. Listen, you got to get strapped. You got to get you a gun. And I get it. For some people, guns are, they don't like them for whatever reason, and nobody here is judging you. I get it. I understand. Hell, at one point, believe it or not, I didn't care for guns. You know, even though my father, he was a former police officer, and he always, no matter what we went through, what neighborhood we lived in, he always was strapped. He always kept a gun, whether that was a handgun, a shotgun, or a rifle, and sometimes all of the above, because he knew that we living in a world where, man, you can be here and then be gone in the next minute. That's how fast shit can pop off. You need to be ready, you know. Uh, that's a good. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, I'm so excited. You know, I'll soon be getting that Jackal, the Jackal 9. Um, I think I'm gonna love it. You know, I'll be dreaming about that motherfucker. I swear I do. And whenever I'm a gun on my mind, mm. But yeah, I got that Tavoy X95. I got my Marauder with the super safety, which I would never use that in a home invasion situation. That's only for, you know, shits and giggles at the range. You feel me? I got my Dagger 9. Um, you know, I have a ride option of Funky Town Senders. You know, if a funky, nasty, crazy, you know, X-rated, horny ass savage try to, you know, squeeze through one of my windows, I'm gonna be ready. Yeah, I'm gonna push his funky ass right back out the window. You know, the KSG is nice. That's a nice, you know, Funky Town Senders. I just need, like I say, you either you gonna be strapped or you gonna get clapped. Pick a side. I don't give a damn if you never, you know, been a victim of crime or never, you know, witnessed crime, or you need to be ready at all times. No matter what, you need to be ready. You know what? If you ready already, y'all, listen, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. If you ready, hold on, I don't want that fan picking up, so yeah. If you already ready, then guess what, y'all? You ain't got to get ready. I love y'all. And I feel y'all spirits out there, and y'all know it's a lot of shit that's going on that's not right, that ain't cool. And man, it break my heart every time I see on the news, you know, another victim. You know, shit is getting crazy. Y'all notice all these active like shooters, these shooting events where we have active shooters, man. That, well, it's been about 7 or 8 of them this month, or including last month. You just never know. You never know. And right. It's like it's every day, nonstop. You're right, nonstop, and it's like it's every day. It's like the world been crazier, but I've never seen it this fucking crazy. You got all these home invasions, and let's just be perfectly honest about it. You know, let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it all the way raw. A lot of them ain't coming in, your house for your valuables. If they do take your valuables, that's just merely an afterthought. They coming in for you. They coming in for you. One of the most disgusting home invasions I've heard. I think it happened in Philadelphia, where the bastards broke in and they forced the mother and the daughter to have relations, if you know what I mean. I would like to say, YouTube is on my ass and I'm not trying to, put the final nail in my coffin with this channel. But they forced a mom and a daughter to have sexual relations while they got off on that shit, and then they took their turns going back and forth. These are the type of fucking savages that I'm talking about. I get people say, why you got to be so harsh and call them savages? They just, criminals. No, these are not regular, criminals. These are demons, man. To break up in somebody's crib and, they already hopped up on drugs and sexual stimulants and they, even the man be looking good to them. Make me understand that shit. Get me to understand that shit. But yes, that happens too. These fucking savages, man, they don't give a fuck where they stick their dick. Whether it's in your ass, your woman's ass, your woman's mouth, your mouth, these some foul motherfuckers and they need to be dealt with. This is why I say get strapped or get clapped or get your ass clapped. Okay? We don't want that shit to happen to you. 911 is a fucking joke. Flavor Flav said that shit years ago in the 80s or early 90s. 911 is a fucking joke. And then every time when we got a crazy motherfucker going on a suicide mission or he trying to take as many people with him as he possibly can, they want to crack down on these, on guns, on us. When are they going to understand that doing something so foolish, it's only going to put us at a disadvantage, not the criminals. They got to realize that the criminals don't give a fuck about your gun laws or how strict they are. They're going to get their hands on guns. There's too many of them out there on the streets. It's too many of them out there. It's beyond. You cannot control what a criminal does. You can catch one, hopefully send them to jail. But other than that, they don't follow laws. They don't obey laws. They're criminals. They're savages. You think that sneaky motherfucker give a fuck about you not having, not supposed to be, have a gun that got over 15 rounds in it? While he up in your crib raping you and doing all kind of other sadistic, nasty, satanistic shit to you? It's time for you to stand on business. Stop pussyfooting around. Get off that fucking fence. And get out there and get armed up. Especially if you're a woman. Shout out to my sister Yoki. And she showed Gun Freak Nation so much love. She really do. In the comments, she showed us so much love. Shout out. For you women, I have nothing but love for you. Especially if you are out there doing it all on your own and you don't have a man. Not saying that you need a man or whatnot. I'm not being, male chauvinist or anything like that. But it's society got you at a disadvantage. And I say that because these savages, these criminals, these rapists, you are already perceived and seen and perceived as being uh, you know, a weak target, a soft target that they just feel that not gonna be armed. So anytime when I encounter a woman that know what the fuck she doing, that know how to shoot a fucking gun, that got her own, hey, I salute you all fucking day because you know what time it is, and you don't want to end up on the cover of a future obituary after being, raped and strangled to death. It's evil people, man. I recently knew about this story for the last about 10 years. I want to bring it up because somebody recently, touched on it on their YouTube channel. Um, it was two girls, Elizabeth and damn man, God forgive me for matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right quick, man. Because they deserve that much respect. You know what I'm saying? I got to get their names right. I got to go into my YouTube watch history, and it should pop right up under my because I want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to see what I'm talking about, go look up Scott on tape and Lamont at large. Lamont at large and Scott on tape. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about because both of those channels talked about it. And some of y'all already know what I'm about to say. I'm trying to scroll through my history now to find out there, the names of them. And when I do, I know one of them was Elizabeth. Damn, I watched this much YouTube channels, man. I'm still scrolling. I don't want to talk about it until I find their names, and I'm gonna show you the thumbnail. Okay, yeah. Elizabeth and Jennifer. That was their name. And I'm gonna tell you about these funky ass savages, man. These two girls, 15 and 16, teenagers, basically kids. This happened in 1993 in, I believe, Houston, Texas. Was it Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas? One of them cities. They went to a pool party. They had a curfew where they had to be back at the house at a certain time. Well, you know how teenagers be. They partying. Time flies when you having fun, right? So they got a little late, right? These were two best friends that been knowing each other since childhood, you know. And they it was time for them. They realized um that they kind of overstayed, and they weren't gonna make it home before that curfew. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't. Um, so to try to get home a lot faster than the usual path that they take, they decided to take a shortcut over, across some train tracks and like a bridge, and that's where they made their fatal mistake. Because on the way there, it was two dudes that passed them by. Those two dudes was from a gang. I wish they could have warned those two girls, but instead they just kept on. They went on about their business. Unbeknownst to the two girls, it was a gang initiation in the park that they had to go through in order to get home. That's why I wish the two dudes that they, from that gang would have warned them. These some horrible fucking bastards, man. What they did to those girls. They grabbed Jennifer. Elizabeth got away. She could have got away. But when she heard her friend screaming the guilt, so she turned around to try to rescue her friend, and that's when they grabbed her. I think it was like 6 dudes. They was all there. They had already been drinking, smoking weed. They brutally gang raped both girls, raped them orally, anally, the torture that they went through. They were beaten so bad and kicked on and stomped on until one of them teeth was kicked out. And then they took a fucking belt and wrapped it around one of them's neck. And one dude was pulling on one end. You had another fucking savage pulling on the other end. And they pulled it so hard to try to strangle her that the fucking belt broke. They went as far as taking the girls' shoelaces and trying to strangle them. They eventually murdered them. And then to make sure that they were dead, they stomped on their fucking necks, man. These fucking... And you tell me that there's no such thing as savages out there? Huh? The only good thing that come from that is when they caught the fucking savages. I think 3 of them were executed, and then it's 2 that's still in prison because they didn't get the death penalty because they was like under the age. They were minors then. I think one of them was like 14, one of them was like 15. So that's the only reason why they wasn't, sentenced to death. But I firmly believe in it that if you are guilty, if you take a life, then you should forfeit your own life. If you take a life violently, you should forfeit your own life. That's what I believe in. And just to think that we got savages just like those bastards walking around amongst us right now. This is why you need to be armed. You got to be armed to deal with these demons, these devils that's out here. They will come for you. You ain't got to be looking for trouble. Trouble will come for you. Come looking for you. This is why you need to be prepared. Listen, we all got good. We all got bad in us. But we also got love in us, which give us the wherewithal and the just common sense. It's to not be out there on no fuck shit trying to unalive people and do bad things to people. But you cannot expect the you in everybody else. People's minds, people's brains are just wired differently, and people just it's in they fucking DNA just to be a horrible fucking person. And they don't have a problem if you happen to cross paths with one. If you happen to encounter one, I don't give a damn if it's road rage or somebody just trying to target you. You need to be ready. Some of the most evil, fucked up things people can do to one another. I've been knew a long time ago that, even when I was a child, the dangers of the world, walking home from school, seeing, the police, blocking off entire neighborhoods, entire streets, seeing the meat rag, and we called the medical examiner, the van, the medical examiner van. Back in the day, that was the meat ragging all day. I've seen that so many times. Meat ragging coming to pick up a body. I remember seeing that shit when Tap got his head blew the fuck off. I was on my way home from school. I saw the yellow tape, meat ragging, and somebody was a police officer bringing something out in a blue bag. That was brain matter. I saw that shit coming home from school. I remember seeing the street blocked off again. My street. Shorty's house on Freeland and I believe Midland was on the corner. Matter of fact, it was second house from the corner. I remember that day, going outside and seeing the news people. I remember it was Channel 7. And I remember them bringing a body out on a stretcher. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I remember all that shit. And Shorty was my parents' friend, but he had a troubled daughter that was on drugs, and he used to put her out all the time. And his daughter had two male friends, and they went up in there and they tortured that guy. They decapitated that man. And I remember we went to the funeral. Well, we didn't go to the funeral. We went to the viewing. James H. Cole Funeral Home, right there on Puritan and Schaefer. Not the new one, the original one. That's right next to the gas station. I remember walking up to his casket. You could see clearly where they stitched his head back on his neck. But what I can never forget is the defense rooms that was like on his knuckles and his fingers, man. Like they was like swinging at him with like a machete or something because the cuts on his fingers, that shit was deep as fuck. And I'm like, damn, he went through something. He was tortured, man. They decapitated him. Then of course the woman that was killed by the little kid in the alley right across from me, you know, I heard those shots. The next day they found her body. I went back there, I looked. So I been knew that, we living in a dangerous world. And I can understand why my father would always keep a gun, in the house, and he taught us, about the dangers, gun safety basically. But you got to be armed nowadays. And as much as fucked up as that shit that I saw and grew up around in that neighborhood, man, shit in today's time, 10 times fucking worse. It's 100 times fucking worse. Because at least back then, when motherfuckers killed, they killed for a fucking reason. And it ain't no reason. I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying motherfuckers did it because they had a legitimate fucking reason to do something. You know, that motherfucker don't touch their kid, or that motherfucker don't unalive somebody in their family or something. So, you know, it was some type of underlying beef. Right now, people was being killed and left and right for nothing. Literally nothing. You stepped on my shoe. You cut me off when I was driving behind you. You slammed on your brakes. You looked at me wrong. I'm going to blow your fucking brains out. Oh, you disrespected me in front of my woman? You going to make me look like a bitch in front of my woman? Oh, I'm going to blow your fucking brains out. Everybody got a fucking ego now. It's like everybody is afraid to take an ass whipping, man. I don't gave out some ass whippings back in the day. And guess what? I don't took some ass whippings back in the day. And every time when I got my ass beat, I didn't think about going back home and stealing my father's gun and, you know, and unaliving somebody because I got my ass kicked. I mean, it's always going to be somebody a little bit faster, a little bit, you know, better, a little bit smarter than you. It ain't worthy of you just losing it, man, and taking somebody's life, and once that life is gone, you can't bring it back. You can't bring it back. That person gone forever. And depending on the situation and circumstances, you're gonna lose your life, basically, your freedom. Without that, you ain't got no life. You're gonna lose all them people that love you. This is why when you have a gun, it's a great responsibility, man. You got to stay level headed. You can't get people to distract you, or get people to get you caught up in their bullshit. Because that happens a lot too. When people know you got a gun, they think they can just call on you like you the fucking police or something. Like you supposed to like fight they wars with them. Nah, don't get sucked up in no bullshit like that. People used to call me T, man. I'm having problems with this nigga around the corner. The nigga looked at me wrong, and I don't like the way that nigga look either. Man, let me borrow one of your guns, man. I'm like, nigga, is you out your motherfucking crazy ass mind? Do you realize that these guns are legally mine and are registered to me in my name? And you think I'm gonna just loan you one of them up? Well, nigga, you ain't got to loan it to me, but just be by my side, motherfucker, and just some shit. I'm not being nowhere near your funky ass. You not bout. That's the devil trying to lure you into some bullshit that can end up affecting whether you live or whether you lose your freedom. Don't get caught up in nobody else's bullshit. Life is too fucking short for that shit. Miss me with that bullshit. You can't call me for shit. Especially if it's on some dumbass, stupid ass, shit. Excuse my language, but some nigga shit. God damn it. Just like the nigga, took his mama to a pool party on the east side. You know, he knew that it was going to be a lot of young girls drinking, smoking, but you decided to bring your mama anyway. Or maybe, you know, you had one of them party mamas. I don't know. I'm not judging you. But when one of the girls, you know, was drunk, intoxicated, fell on his mama or tripped over his mama, I don't know how the shit went down. But ended up getting into it with his mama. And then next thing you know, 3 girls trying to fight his mama. He went off the deep end and pulled out a fucking blade. And as big as this nigga is, he could have easily separated them girls from his mama. I'm not condoning nobody putting no hands on no woman. But if they trying to fight your mama and you accidentally slap one of them, you ain't gonna hear me say not one word. But this motherfucker, he pulls out a pocket knife, a fucking blade, and just start just stabbing motherfuckers. He didn't give a fuck who it was. If you in the nearby vicinity, your ass gonna get stabbed. This nigga went so crazy in a frenzy, stabbing motherfuckers up. He even stabbed his best friend, who invited him to the pool party. It was at a Airbnb. He stabbed his friend. I guess he was trying to break it up. He stabbed his friend. He stabbed 4 people. 2 out of the 4 died. I think everybody should have some form, some measure of conflict resolution. Somebody got to keep a level head. And it's hard because people, these damn savages, these damn crazy people, these damn demons, they know how to push all your buttons and all of the right ones that's going to make you mad enough to want to do something. But that's when you got to be smart about the shit and be like, devil, you cannot break my cool. And guess what? If you try to unalive me, I'm going to make sure that I get you before you get me. Because sometimes when they put you and your back is against the wall and you have no other recourse and you feel like your life is in danger, that deadly force, then that's your God-given right to match that deadly force with your own deadly force. Get that motherfucker before he gets you. I love y'all, man. I don't want to see nothing happen to none of y'all. None of y'all loved ones either. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. We ain't just national. We international. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be Gun Freak International. Because guess what? It's righteous people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? It's righteous people all over the world. So, wherever you at, whatever town, city, state, I want you to stay savage ready. I want you to love yourself enough to not want to be a victim. You know, people that's out there scouting and casing people's cribs and shit and watching people to eventually try to get the drop on them. They know when you lacking, when you slacking, and they know when you on point. And as long as they know that you on point, they ain't gonna fuck with you. It's that if you out there with your phone all in your face, that's telling the criminal right now, okay, you ain't paying attention. Your focus is on that fucking phone, whatever you looking at on your phone. You not paying attention to me creeping up on you. And once I got that gun to your head, you can't do nothing but do what I say. You know, so you have to keep your head on the swivel. A lot of people is resting in a urn or in a cemetery unnecessarily. They wasn't being savage ready. They wasn't keeping their head on the swivel. So guess what? That devil, that demon, that savage got the drop on them. They're not here no more. Think about it. Think about it, man. If people were armed and paid attention to their surroundings, have situational awareness, man, that in itself, it would be a lot of crime that is just being proactive like that can be preventive. Crime it could be a preemptive. When you being savage ready and have that situational awareness, that's pretty much just being proactive. You preempting a fucking potential crime that can happen to you. You got to understand how tricky this devil is and how such a slippery slope life can be. The way some people die, the way some people leave this world, man, is insane. It's crazy. It's unbelievable how fast something can go down. And if you make the wrong choice at the wrong time, that can be your life. That can be your life. Trust me, I know. I know. So no matter what you going through in life or where you at in life, don't never let nobody steal your joy. Protect your peace at all costs and always stay alert. Always have situational awareness. You feel me? Always have situational awareness. That's the key. You got to fill out a situation. If something ain't looking right, if it ain't feeling right, remove yourself from that situation. Some people got bad energy, man. You could just be around. Have you ever been around a person and you just know that that's a fucked up individual? Just the energy, just listen to the person talking, what they say, and just the vibe, their whole energy. You got to trust that third eye. If it ain't looking right, if it ain't feeling right, remove yourself from that situation, from that environment. The devil, I'm going to put it to you like this: evil is real, it exists. The evil that men will do and women will do. This is not a video game. When you die, you don't get to come back. You don't exist no more. You're dead. You don't exist no more. So you gotta take this shit, this thing, this movie, write your own fucking script, and don't let nobody, no funky ass savage, I don't give a fuck, trust no one. I mean, if you got kids or married or whatever, I guess. But other than that, trust no one. We living in a fucking selfish world. And some people do anything and everything to move up in life or for money. It don't matter. Don't trust nobody. And don't as much as I love the police and as much as I salute the police, all our, military, every branch of the military, from the police, paramedics, I salute every single one of y'all. Y'all are fucking heroes, and I love you. We got military and police members in the Gun Freak Nation. However, do I trust you in calling y'all to protect me in my time of need when I am in the middle of a home invasion? Hell the fuck no. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to help me. That responsibility solely falls upon me. I have a family. You better believe that if you trying to harm my family, you're going to have to get through me first. And I'm going to throw every motherfucking funky town center I got at your funky ass. Try me if you want. Never rely on 911. Uvalde, Texas. That's all I'm going to say. If you didn't have if you doubted people saying get armed and all that and don't depend on the police, Uvalde, Texas is the number one example why you cannot depend on the police to save you, to rescue you. That's all I got to say. If you refuse to go out and get a gun, you're doing a great disservice to yourself and to your family if you have one. If you watching this video right now, this live, and you don't have a gun, man, I don't even know if I would be able to sleep at night if I didn't have one. A lot of people are like, man, you such a punk, you such a coward. Who needs a fucking gun when you got this? Or you can just grab your Louisville slugger and slug that motherfucker up when he come in your house. But sorry, what if the motherfucker you trying to slug up with your Louisville slugger? What if he got a shotgun with slugs in it? He got the real fucking slugger. Or what if he got an AR-15? You get a lot of motherfuckers, man. This is what this is for right here. You know what I'm saying? I'll knock a motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? I stick to myself. I mind my own fucking business. Nothing's going to ever happen to me. Because I ain't out there fucking with nobody. I mind my own fucking business. And I know how to kick some ass. Oh, home invasions don't just happen out the blue. I mean, they can never happen. They never random. Home invasions are something, somebody don't set somebody up. It's usually that somebody know. And that's true. It's true. A majority of them probably it do go down like that. Somebody, your kids don't let somebody else kids in the house, and so you got some nice things. So they about to tell their homies, and they gonna wait till y'all leave, and they gonna break in that motherfucker. I've seen it all, heard it all. But some of them are random. Some of them, people was hopped up on drugs, and they might just decide to just pick your house randomly. Something about your house that they're attracted to. Look like you got some money up in that motherfucker or something. Or you might have a nice crib. That really don't matter. I remember one of the worst stories I ever seen happen like in the early 90s or late 80s. I can't pinpoint the year, but it was a guy. He got robbed. The fucking robbers carjacked him. He was like, take me back to your house. I think he had an apartment building. At his home, he had his girlfriend. He complied to what the carjackers, they robbed him. He complied, took him back to his place. Not only did they kill him, but they raped and killed that man's girlfriend. Of course, it's the savage's fault, but I think he was a bitch ass motherfucker for bringing these motherfuckers back, and your girlfriend was there. Rule number 1. If a fucking savage get the drop on you and he trying to take you to another location, or he trying to make you take them back to your house, you're going to die. You're going to fucking die, and not only you are going to die, but you bringing death to your family. So if you are ever in a situation where you let them get the drop on you, you better fucking make that your last stand. Because the minute you comply with them and take them back to your house, or they take you to a second location, you're about to be tortured and killed. It's as simple as that. Make that shit your last stand. Die fighting. Instead of having a pain, torturous death like Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom did. This is not a fucking game. People are out here fucking dying every fucking day. Gun violence. Knife violence. Vehicle violence. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Evil is fucking evil, and violence is violence. And if it wasn't a gun ever invented, ever, just never made, never created, it'd still be motherfuckers killing other motherfuckers. This is just the way of the world. It'd just be sparing motherfuckers, or, using a machete or a sword on a motherfucker, or rocks and bats. It might take longer to kill that many people, but I'm just saying, it ain't never going nowhere, man. Evil is just is meant to be here, unfortunately. And we have to open our eyes and see the truth. Man, we living in a wicked, evil world. And if you don't get strapped, you're going to get clapped. You're going to get your ass cheeks clapped, and then they're going to clap your life. Here in the Gun Freak Nation, we can't go for that. We ain't having it. I want to send a special love and shout out to all my paid members that pay me that $1.99, $2.99, whatever it is. I salute you and appreciate you. All my other fams, my subscribers, fuck y'all, not no motherfucking subscribers, y'all fam. We Gun Freak Nation in this bitch. We gonna be fucking armed up. Man, I wish I can show, some of my shit. You gonna see that fucking Jackal 9. You gonna see that in a video real soon. I ain't gonna have it up on there because it's gonna be one of my shit hit the fan, nightstand guns. Of course I'm gonna get it to the range and put some rounds through it, but I got that fucking Jackal 9 with the F5 brace on that bitch, with that F5 brace. Oh man, that motherfucker, man. I'm show. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me show you. I'm gonna show y'all how this motherfucker gonna look, man. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I got my, and I didn't buy it complete. You know what I'm saying? I got the upper, and I'm gonna get the. I mean, not the upper, but I got the lower, and I'm about to get the upper. And man, let me tell you, this motherfucker right here, man, I feel like a kid in a candy store. You feel me? I feel like. Let me show y'all how this bitch gonna look, man. This shit, I got it. I got it in FDE. Um, where that motherfucker at? Then you know what I want? What I want to get next? Um, what I want to get next? I gotta get the Jackal in 300 blackout. Once I'm done with my 9mm, my Jackal 9, I gotta get the Jackal in 300 blackout. But this is the Jackal 9 right here that I'm getting. That motherfucker right there, man. It looks like a baby scar or something like that, man. So the boy T, that's my next one. And I swear I want to get the 300 blackout Jackal. I want to get that one in 300 blackout. But dig this. I don't like digging in my personal funds, so I got to sacrifice one of my other guns if I'm gonna get that 300 blackout because I'm I got my money tied up in so many different places and I don't like digging too deep in my pocket. I mean, I could get it if I wanted, but I'm thinking about. All right, I'm gonna pose a question to y'all. I got that Tavoy, the IWI Tavoy X95. Should I trade that for? Because basically, if I sell it, I'm gonna use those funds, that money, to get that 300 the 300 blackout, the Jackal, which is sweet as fuck with the same type of brace and everything. But at the same time, you got an IWI, and then people were saying, "Oh, T, the used ones sell cheap. You get them used for like $900 or $900 to $1,000." I said, "No, not the X95." He showed, "No, T, check it out. Look at the picture. Look, that's the older one. That's the one that's called the SAR. I don't have the SAR. I have the latest, greatest, the X95. The older one got the pedal. The mag releases a pedal right in front of the mag. You know, the newer ones, like the one I got, they made it like an AR-15. The mag ejection button is in the mag rail. You know, they made it. It's more modern. So I don't know, man. I might let it go and get the Jackal 300 blackout. Um, I should let it go, and that way I have the Jackal 9, and then I have the Jackal in 300 blackout. That would be dope. And then you already know I got the super safety trigger on my Marauder right there, man. When he threw his upper on there, because he had a suppressor on it, shot that shit in his backyard. 10 rounds in 1 second. So I can only imagine when I get it to the range. And yeah. But I definitely got the Jackal 9 on the way. Paid for and everything. But I'm thinking about getting rid of the Tavoy and replacing it with a Jackal 300 blackout. And having that 300 blackout might motivate me and inspire me to want to get a suppressor for it. Because when he threw, after he got done installing that safety trigger on my Marauder, he threw his 300 blackout suppress upper on it. And the way that motherfucker shot with that 300 blackout, ooh, smooth. Man. I mean, I didn't shoot it, but I'm just saying how he wasn't jerking, it wasn't no recoil, it was just, and then I'm closing my ears, and he was like, man, you ain't got to do that. And I was like, what? Man, I'm telling you, that it did just for the cool factor. But see, if I get me a suppressor, man, it can't be just for one gun. It's got to work for my Chris Vector. It's got to work for, I don't know about the Micro Draco, but definitely for my Vector, definitely for a 300 Blackout, and definitely for a 9mm. Now, if I can get my hands on a universal suppressor, I might be willing to pay $600 to $800 for it. But it's got to work on a multitude of my guns. I just can't. That's why I didn't like the TP9. That BNT TP9, I did not like it because of the trigger. The fucking trigger literally slides. You don't pull it, it fucking slides because that gun was intended to be fully auto. And then it was a Jam-O-Matic. Maybe I didn't break it in. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I really am thinking about, what up? If you want to get that Tavor off of me, man, I'll give you a really, really good deal. That's if you ain't already got one, because you told me you had like 300 guns. What up? You told me. Now, did I just put your business out there? What up? Damn, I hope wasn't no savages watching, man. This shit ain't funny. What up? I hope you are prepared, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that you got 700 guns, all right? My bad, what up? All right? But what up? They ain't gonna fuck with you. You say you be having like 3 guns on you every night when you go jog, brother? Damn, if I'm giving out too much information about your wherewithals and your actions, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, I really am thinking about letting that Tavor go and replacing it with the PSA Jacko 300 Blackout. Because I'm telling you right now, that fucking Jacko 9, man, my dick is so fucking hard just thinking about that motherfucker. I wanted that 9. It's just like when I sold my MPXK, and I promised myself I wasn't gonna never do it, but the money that was offered to me that was so fucking good, I couldn't refuse. I could have took that money and found me another one and still had a nice, left. You feel me? So, and plus, I had that MPX since 2021, and I only shot it 3 times. So I wanted to put it in somebody else's hands that's really gonna appreciate it and run through her like she's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? All right. So right now she's getting properly served and yeah. Because I didn't do it justice. I know it worked every time I put the trigger on it. The times that I did, I never had, any problems. And for a $2,000 gun, you should not have any problems. But man, that Jacko 9, when I got rid of the MPXK, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be happy with another Scorpion because I don't had about 5 Scorpions throughout the years. I don't want that funky ass tuna, whatever that tuna, the kuna, whatever that fucking. I heard about all them fucking problems and issues they having with that fucking Springfield Armory kuna patata. All right, I don't want it, and it looked ugly to me. It looked like a fish. I don't want the motherfucker. I don't want another MP5 clone, even though I could see myself getting another Mac 5 in the future because they're just so inexpensive. And I love fucking Die Hard and I love the Predator, the original Predator, all right? So I'll probably get one just for that. But when I saw that Jacko 9, let me tell y'all something. I don't have many of PCCs in the last few years. I'm going to try to remember them all. The first PCC I ever owned was this cheap ass, reliable ass, solid gun called the X Star EP9. It was ugly and it took Glock mags. I believe that was the nope. The first PCC I ever had was that fucking Scorpion, the big motherfucker, the Evo 3, or was it the Evo 1? I think it was the Evo 1. Didn't have a brace on it. I traded a Glock and like $300 for it. That was my first PCC. The second one was that X Star TP9. Then I had got a Chris Vector, the carbine, in 45 ACP, which is the carbine, which ain't no PCC. But I ended up getting a Chris Vector in 10 millimeter. I got that one right there in 45. I had the GHM Grasshopper Mouse Killer, whatever it was, made by BNT. I had that motherfucker. I had the TP9. I had two Uzis. Man, I don't had a bunch of motherfuckers. I had the PC charger. I had a couple of strike box, one in 9 millimeter, one in 45 ACP. I had a fucking, believe this or not, if I regret letting any one of my guns go, it would be this motherfucker right here. I had the fucking the fucking UMP, my nigga, my guy. It was made by a company called Gideon Shadow. They made the clones for it. But dig, this shit what made mine so special. The guy I bought it from, he had purchased a UMP parts kit. Man, everything from the barrel to the boat carrier, all of the internals were H&K. H&K. I knew the value of it and just to have one, but I didn't at the time really appreciate it. It just felt like a plastic air gun or something to me when and I shot it and it was smooth. So what I did, I ended up taking it to a gun shop. They had finally got in a Maximum Defense. It was my first Maximum Defense PDX. This one was chambered 7.62 by 39. So I took my Gideon Shadow. I took that motherfucker. It was 3 mags that came with it. 3 long ass mags. You know how them umps be looking. It was 45 ACP. I took that and I took a PC charger. The PC charger that you can unscrew the barrel and shit and screw it back on. It was one of them PC charger. Ruger PC charger. So they got the PC charger, and $400. That's what I paid to get that the PDX, the one in 7.62, which I no longer have. So yeah, I regret. That's one gun I do regret letting go of, because they hard to fucking find, and it's a fucking rarity. But I really, I'm really loving the look of the Jackal 9. I'm hearing some people say they was disappointed because it's a straight blowback, but it's 9 mil. I've had 5 Scorpions. I never had an issue shooting a fucking 9 mil PCC. It's a 9 mil. Hell, I didn't have issues with the 10 mil when I used to have the Chris Vector. So, but a lot of people thought it would be like gas piston, because they said the other Jackals, the ones in 5.56, 300 blackout, 308, they all gas pistons. So they're similar to my my old MPX and the Rattler. That Rattler was awesome. Never no issues in either one of my SIG guns. I really want that fucking. I mean, I can't wait to get the Jackal 9 in my hands. I love the look of it. I'm not worried about it being, blowback. Now, when I get that 300 blackout, ooh, man, that's gonna be my go-to. That's like I said, that's gonna make me want to get a suppressor. And did y'all see that fucking brace that's on there? That fucking F5, my nigga. That fucking F5 with the fucking hook on it. Y'all see that tail hook? Come on, man. I'm gonna be the only nigga on YouTube that got that motherfucker, man. And I ain't even trying to toot my balls. I ain't trying to toot my nuts. I'm not trying to toot my balls. I'm just saying I'm the only nigga that I know of that's gonna have that pretty motherfucker. Listen, man, anytime when a gun can make my motherfucking dick hard, nigga, I got to have that bitch. I must have her. You see this? I must have her. And I'm thinking about letting that X95. What up? Hit me up if I'm gonna give you a deal. I'm gonna give you a fucking incredible motherfucking deal on that fucking X95. And I'm gonna leave the primary arms LPVO illuminated Terminator style optic scope on that motherfucking. That's a $400 scope, my nigga. A $400 scope. I'm gonna leave that bitch on that X95 because it looks so motherfucking sweet. Now on that fucking grip, my vertical grip that got the laser and the flashlight on it, I gotta take my grip off. I can't let it go with that grip unless you paying extra, my nigga. But I might keep that. I might have to keep that. Even though I got one, if y'all look at the KSG, I got one on the KSG. You see that vertical grip? That's a laser. That's a laser and light. That's got a green laser and a flashlight on that bitch. And it's a vertical grip all at the same damn time. And I got one on the Tavoy X95. I might have to keep that. You can have the primary arms LVBT, whatever the fuck it's called. All I know is when you look through that bitch, when you turn it on, you got the different colors and radicals and shit, and you can zoom in on a funky ass Savage. Shit. Hit me up, man. Anybody that's local, hit me up because I think I'm about to pull the trigger on it and go on to get that the Jackal and 300 blackout. I think I want that Jackal. I need me another 300 blackout. And I don't want another one like the Marauder. I can go get one. I can buy one right now. They got the Marauder version for like under $500, like $448. But I want the Jackal. I want that motherfucking Jackal, man. My thing is I'm gonna sell some of my high-end guns and then buy some PSA and then, pocket the rest of my money. PSA makes some quality fucking guns. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. A lot of people bitching. Shouldn't be no PA's gun be no $1,000. Bullshit. The craftsmanship that they put into these guns, especially they top premium line, the Saber line. Come on, man. They outdoing companies like Daniel Defense, Maxim Defense, and every other motherfucking defense. Palmetto State Armory is where it's at. Now, if you one of these rich motherfuckers or just a gun snob and you want to shit on somebody else's gun because you think you better, because you got, high-end shit, feel how you fucking feel, man. But look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Get some help. Because anytime when you got to feel good about yourself because you got materialistic shit, and that's the only thing that make you, want to make you feel or think you better than somebody else, then you got issues. You got some serious, deep, rooted like self-hatred, like deep rooted personal issues, and material things and having all that shit ain't gonna make it better. It's not gonna end it. It's not gonna stop it. Pray to God, pray to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck how rich you are. You still gotta put your pants on, one leg at a motherfucking time, and your doodoo still stank, and you still gonna have problems. Okay? And I'm not hating on no rich motherfucker, but I'm only hating on the ones that want to look down on the poor people. You don't look down on nobody. Be thankful and grateful for what your ass got, and shut the fuck up and stop being like that, man. Seriously, you know. And you gonna have your gun snobs, man. Do yourself, knock yourself out. But what I'm telling you, my $500 Marauder with the super safety, that 5.56 coming out of that Marauder is just as lethal and just as deadly as if it was to come out of that, $15, $16, $1,700 IWI Tavoy. There's no difference because it's coming out of an more expensive gun. It's supposed to be deadlier. Make it make sense. Hell, I don't even want to be shot by a fucking pop gun or a zoot gun or whatever them motherfuckers was. I remember back in the day, niggas was making homemade guns. I don't want to say give out no bad juju or bad information or nothing like that. I don't want to. I don't want YouTube saying I'm teaching motherfuckers how to, do certain things. So let me shut the fuck up. All I know is back in the day, niggas was making them, and thank you. You know what I'm saying? I got Gun Freak Nation members that really love me and fuck with me. Thank you for that Cash App donation, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. He was like, this is for the ammo. You know what? I'm going to use this money that you gave me. Wait a minute. Let me read your name. I'm waiting for my Cash App to refresh. I most definitely spend it. I promise you. I promise you, brother. Wait a minute. See, now I want to fuck up on me. I got to, let me reopen my Cash App. I promise you, brother, I'm going to use it for the ammo. No Viagra. I'm not going to call cousin Pookie up for the Viagra. All right? I'm not going to get the Viagra, okay? I promise you. I'm not going to use that money for the Viagra. But let me read your name. Jacob Michael Mackay. Forgive me if I fuck your name up, brother. I ain't got my eyeglasses on right now, but it's Jacob McHale. Oh, let me respond to you. Let me. I'm gonna hit you with the hard. Man. Thank you. I promise you, I'm not gonna use it for Viagra. I'm not. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna use it for Viagra. I'm gonna use it for the ammo at my next range visit. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Jason. I got it. There it is right there. Thank you. Kindly. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'm gonna deposit that into my bank account because I'm gonna tell you something right now. YouTube, I ain't making shit off of number damn phone done froze up. No, that ain't nothing but Satan. When somebody do something righteous and good for me, the devil get mad. And now I gotta restart my phone and all that shit, Thank you. Anytime when somebody donate to me, when they could be donating to get some
disconnected.
To get some pussy or donating, putting their money elsewhere, I gotta say thank you, and I gotta say salute. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, YouTube doing me they doing this channel, they doing me dirty, they doing the channel dirty. They won't even let me get to 23,000 300. I'm still stuck. I've been stuck in, for forever, man. It's it's by design. It's on purpose. They're trying to discourage me, but nothing or nobody is ever going to tear me away from y'all, because y'all is me and I am you. You is me and I am you. I'm y'all and y'all is me. If that shit makes sense, because you got to make shit make sense in this devilish, corrupt ass world when you literally can lose your life because you going to the gas station to get a snack, or you going to the Coney Island to get you a chili cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Bluetooth connected.
Shit is crazy. Salute, California sheepdog. Listen, this shit. Life is so fucking short, and life is so unpredictable. You hear me? And I like to sometimes make an analogy as your life being a movie, because the thing of it is, life is really short. And that's if you blessed to live a long life, to die of old age, natural causes. But life is still short. Even if you live to be 86 years old or 95 years old, life is still short. So why let a savage make it even more shorter? Because there's a lot of people that's supposed to be here. I'm coming up on my nephew's that would have been his, I think, 34th birthday, September 5th. It would have been, if he would have lived, he would have been 30. Let me see, 30. Yeah, he would have been 34. He would have been 34. And he lost his life um at his sister's, which is my niece, birthday party. She rented out a hall, like a cabaret style hall. And he had a friend that he grew up with that he considered was like his brother. All right. That friend, so called friend, invited some niggas that came there with some girls, and something, happened, and an altercation happened. And when they were told to leave, these niggas would not leave. Why didn't you just leave? And I know you watches my channel. Why? And I know that was your brother. You understand? I try to be fair in every situation. I always try my best to be unbiased and look at it from the other person's perspective and through their lens. You know what I'm saying? I try my best because I never want to be biased or on some bullshit. So I get why you put your gun and killed my nephew, because he was into it with your brother, who said some disrespectful shit to my nephew over a bitch. A bitch. And I know how my nephew is. You're not going to disrespect him and this is their event. So he told y'all to leave. Why couldn't you? Instead of you with your hands in your pocket, because I saw the video. Instead of you waiting for him to pull his gun, you had your hands in your pockets, gripping your gun, knowing fully well that if my nephew pulled his, that you was gonna kill him. And then your brother baits him and tells him if he pulled his gun, he's gonna die. So my thing is, why couldn't you just get your brother when y'all was clearly told to leave and be like, come on, man, it ain't worth it. Let's go. Let's go. But instead, you got both of your hands in your pocket, you clutching, knowing that if he pull his gun, because at this point y'all punking him. Y'all is y'all been told to leave. You refuse to leave. You didn't go. And now you telling him if he pull it, you gonna die. I wish my nephew, I'm gonna let you know right now. If my nephew wanted to kill you, number one, it don't make sense. Because he got 2 daughters, he got a family. He pulled his gun. He had to drop on you. Well, first and foremost, he had to drop on your brother and then you. Because he was having words with your brother, not you. Why couldn't just get your brother and be like, hey man, let's go. And nephew, if you were here, what the fuck was you on that night? First and foremost, don't never let a motherfucker, no niggas, nothing, break your fucking cool and get you to the point to where you that fucking mad. Number 2, why did you not go and get backup? It was other people on your side of family that had guns. For the life of me, why did you not go and get backup to back you up like this nigga had somebody backing him up? And I get it, nephew, you pulled your gun and you dropped it down to your side at a low ready. But what you fail to realize is you had some trigger happy motherfuckers there that was going for bad. And they was looking for a reason to kill you. And I get it when I look at it from the shooter's perspective. Your brother is having heated words with somebody else. And you know you got a gun on you. And the other person pulls their gun, even though they ain't aiming it. They pulls a gun. You got a split second decision. You gonna watch your brother potentially get gunned down and live with that for the rest of your life, knowing you could have did something about it, or you gonna make a life and death, a big decision in killing somebody, and that's the choice that you made. I get it. I get it. As fucked up as it is, I get it. But what I do not get is why even though it happened really, really fast, you were told to leave. Not one time, not two times, several times you were told to leave. You wasn't welcome there no more because of your brother. All this, you didn't have a problem getting the fuck out of there after you murdered my nephew. You ran the fuck up out of there then. So why come you couldn't run the fuck up out of there before it even got to that point? And nephew, I would slap you upside your fucking head if I could talk to you. I love you so much, but I'm mad at you because you let some ain't shit punk ass niggas get you heated to that point. And I get it, man. Somebody come up in my house and we get into it and I tell them to leave. You better fucking believe I'm gonna make them motherfuckers leave. I'm not waiting on no motherfucking police. You gonna get the fuck up out of my house by any means necessary. You got to get the fuck out. And if I have to pull my fucking gun to show you that I'm serious about you getting the fuck out of my house, I'm gonna do what I got to fucking do to get you up out of there. But the nephew, that wasn't your fucking house. That was some ratchet ass fucking building your sister rented, man. I would have just rather for you to leave or at least get back up. Hell, you could have called me. I'm gonna do everything in my motherfucking power to de-escalate the situation. But I'm gonna tell you like this: nobody, you jump in the middle of a fucking situation. You wasn't paying attention to the nigga that was had his both hands in both his pockets clutching. You didn't see that shit. You in such a fucking tunnel that you focused on the nigga you having words with him. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Learn from his mistake. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you know it's hostilities involved and it's just one of you, and you dealing with multiple motherfuckers, even though it might be just one motherfucker in that group that you having words with, and it might be 5 niggas with that nigga, you got to have eyes on every single one of them motherfuckers. Because it ain't gonna be the motherfucker that you focus on, that you having words with, that's gonna get you. It's gonna be one of his niggas. And that's why I'm disappointed in my nephew that he fell for the okie doke. He fell for that shit. And at least you should have went and got you some fucking backup. Because them motherfuckers, after they gunned you down, they should have been gunned down. You think I was gonna sit back and watch somebody just gun my nephew down and not? I don't give a fuck if I gotta take some bullets. It's my natural reflex was, oh motherfucker, is you on that type of time? So now I gotta get you. And then maybe they would have got me. My nephew, I love you. And I think about you every fucking day. Out of all the deaths I've been through, yours hit me the hardest. And I can't help but wonder, what the fuck was you thinking? You took it to the ultimate escalation. Anytime when a gun is being put, it's. I'm gonna tell you something. Here in Michigan, our laws. Listen, the way stand your ground work in Michigan is, if you have, real credible fear of your life because you having a heated argument with somebody. Argument gets to the breaking point to where the person that you having an argument pulls a gun. If they drop that gun to the side, you can pull your gun then and kill that person, and you will not be charged. You will not be charged. It would be considered self-defense. Even and it goes as far as even if you killing this this person because they put their gun first. And one of your bullets missed your intended target and hit and strikes and kills an innocent person hit by your stray. You're not going to be charged for that second killing. You know who's going to be charged? The person that you put down for pulling out the gun. He's going to be posthumously charged for it because they're going to blame everything on him because he was the one that escalated it to the highest of escalations by producing that firearm, pulling that firearm. So you're not going to even be charged for the innocent person that got hit by your strike. And the reason why I know this is because a situation like that happened in Detroit last year, this time last year, last summer, at the Detroit Lions tailgate at the Eastern Market. Two fools got into it. One of them pulled the gun, racked it back. Then the one he was into it with motioned for him to come up to him. Why the fuck did you do that with your gun in your hand? He's standing up high on a platform. He motions for the guy with the gun in his hand to come up to him. Words are said once they come, get close enough, and he just reaches in his waistband and be like, boom. Obviously, he had full medals because the guy whose event it was, he was trying to break it up. He's a famous guy. He's known in Detroit. Well loved in Detroit. He puts together events, parties. He have dance-offs, dance competitions. Well known in Detroit. He was trying to break it up. He happened to be standing behind the guy that had the gun. And the guy that was standing up on the platform, reached in his waistband, put it to his head, shot him in the head, killed him, and then the bullet went through his head and hit the innocent guy, the guy that's in charge of the events. So the innocent guy, he was killed instantly. The guy that set it off by pulling his gun in the first place, he died like the next day. But they was charging him for the innocent guy's death because they was like, had he lived, he would have been charged. He would have been going to prison. He would have been charged for the innocent guy because all of this was triggered by him pulling his gun to begin with. So a lesson to be learned: when you pull your gun, never pull it out of anger. Utilize that gun when your life is in legitimate, if it's a life or death, a deadly threat situation coming at you. You can only use that weapon to defend against a deadly threat. You got to match force with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it because somebody don't cuss you out. You can't do it because you mad because they don't broke your window out. You can't do it because they don't scratched up, you scraped up your car. Somebody pissed at you. They done broke your window out. I get it. That shit piss anybody off. But you cannot pull your fucking gun. No, if they coming at you and them motherfuckers got a gun, then send them to Funky Town. Anytime when someone is threatening your life, you got to remember it's either him or you. But you can't do it in the heat of a moment, in the heat of anger, because that can get you killed. And it ain't your intention to kill. You just want, hey, motherfucker, I ain't the one to fuck with. I got my shit. That shit nowadays can get you killed. And they can claim self-defense and get away with it. Now, my nephew didn't have no intentions on shooting none of them niggas, because if he wanted to shoot them, he could have shot them. He was just showing them niggas in his head. He was just showing them, don't fuck with me. I done told y'all to leave. Y'all stare me down now. I'm feeling, uncomfortable. Where he fucked up at, he didn't assume that them motherfuckers had guns. That's number one. You got to assume everybody is armed, especially a motherfucker that ain't willing to back down, that's trying to turn shit up a notch. Yeah, that motherfucker, more than likely, that motherfucker armed. And that's where he getting that extra bit of courage from. Because he know he got a fucking gun on him. See, some people, guns give them a lot of fucking courage. They wouldn't do half the shit that they'd do if they didn't have that fucking gun on them. And I'm talking about these are CPL holders. They got their licenses. And some of them people can be the biggest assholes because they think that having that concealed carry license gives them the right to be a fucking asshole. Gives them the fucking right to pull their gun out on anybody if they don't like the way they being looked at. Some of them looking for a reason to pull a trigger. Some of them are trigger happy. So I'm not just talking about savages. I'm talking about motherfuckers they on some trigger happy shit. They on some you fuck with me, I got my license now, bitch. I can carry now. Fuck with me now. I'm telling you, man, it could be in the wrong hands. It could be in the fucking wrong hands. And I say, if you encounter people like that, don't even entertain it. And damn sure don't pull your gun out of anger unless you absolutely have to do it to save a life and save your life. But this just let you know how crazy life is. He died in front of his family, man, at his sister's birthday party. And she always every birthday, she gotta be reminded of that shit when she celebrated her birthday because her brother died, my nephew died at her birthday. Number one, you gotta have people at the door searching motherfuckers. You gotta have armed security there. Nobody that was in that motherfucker that night was searched. They didn't have people searching. If they simply would have had that, nephew would be alive right now. Yeah, he would be alive right now. That's why you can't pay me to go to a motherfucking party, especially where they ain't searching motherfuckers. Nah, I refuse to be in an environment like that. I just can't. I can't do it. If I can bring my gun in, that means the next person. And sometimes people don't know how to hold their liquor. I'm not saying live up under a rock or be a hermit or whatever. I'm saying you still got to live your life, but sometimes you just got to have common fucking sense too to avoid certain places. And like I say, wherever you go, always mentally be 10 steps ahead of a potential savage. Even if you're in a situation and ain't shit going down, play it out in your head like scenarios of what could happen and what would you do for each one of those scenarios. You got to think ahead. I know some people, it might sound like that's being like super paranoid. Nah, it's called contingency. It's being proactive and being ready. You keep your mind, like I say, I'm in the D. I'm battle worn. You hear me? I'm always looking over my shoulder in the D. But for some of them suburbanites, man, they're living out there and they got this false sense of security. And that's when you're gonna get your I don't give a fuck how many times you go to the range and shoot that piece of paper that ain't shooting back at you. You bring your ass here to the D. Let's see how long you last. Cause these savages here ain't no joke. Even though they out there in them suburbs too. That shit just ain't being reported on the news. Crime is everywhere. It's a fucking epidemic. All this killing, all this crime. Man. And some people still got the nerve to not be armed and then have the nerve to call us crazy and paranoid. Whew, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. You can't save everybody, so save yourself. Certain situations you got to be selfish and save yourself. I'm gonna give y'all a true story. The events of 9/11 World Trade Center. I believe it was a fireman, and he was in charge. They was like, evacuating people, getting them down the stairrail, the staircases. He saved a lot of people's lives, but it was one particular guy, heavyset guy, obese. He was having trouble getting down the stairs, in the stairrail. And he was just taking breaks and shit, because he was fat. And he was telling the firefighter, don't leave me, please don't leave me. And the guy was just slowing the firefighter down because he wasn't walking as fast as everybody else. And then every few steps he had to sit down and take a break. And the firefighter didn't want to leave his side. And because of that, he paid for it with his life. In that case, I would have just left him. Me personally, I'm like, man, you on your own. I did all I can, but I'm sorry. Your decisions to get fat like that, I'm not going to lose my life because you made that choice, because you made that decision not to take care of your body. Why I gotta die? Because you sleep. But he stayed with him. And because of that, he's a hero. But he died because of somebody else's decisions and choices they made in their life. And sometimes I'm telling you, you got to be selfish sometimes. And if something is at your detriment, you got to leave it alone. You got to leave it alone. If it's fucking with your peace, your happiness, if it's affecting them in a negative way, leave it alone. I don't give a damn who it is. Life is short. Live your life. Make the best out of it. Be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Have love for one another. Don't think you better than one another. But love one another instead of, pulling each other down. Let's lift each other up. Sometimes jealousy, envy, being selfish, power hungry and all that shit, man. It can corrupt your soul, corrupt your spirit, and make you do ugly things, devilish things. The world is cruel when they break in and be pulling all them home invasions, and they want to have their nasty ways with your woman or your daughter or something. That's evil. That ain't breaking in and stealing your electronics or your valuables, your jewelry. That's on some evil power trip type shit. Think about it. This is somebody that want to break in your house and forcibly have sex with your woman, molest your kid or your daughter, and you cool with that? You still feel that you don't need to have a gun in your house? Make that shit make sense. There's people out there that have zero respect for human life. They corrupted their soul, their conscience is bankrupt. And I don't know whether it's from their environment, their childhood, or some people was just natural motherfucking evil. And when you realize that, you won't be shocked or surprised when one of them motherfuckers come for you. Things are so bad, man. Even the females is wilding out, doing a lot of killing and shit, man. That's one thing that ain't gonna never end. All this fucking violence, bloodshed, killing. It's just certain things that's just gonna be here, and we fuck it. We just gotta deal with this shit. We gotta deal with all these fucking Look, I couldn't live in New York all my life. I wanted to go to New York, even possibly live in New York, all because of that damn movie Escape from New York. And now, if I was living in New York, I would really want to escape from that motherfucker. How they bitch y'all out over, the gun laws that they have. That shit is crazy. And yet, you see the crazy motherfuckers. Was he worried about a gun law when he went traveled to New York with his AR, and he stormed up in that building unalive, and about 4 people? He didn't give a damn about your law. So them laws don't mean a damn thing. They don't. It's gonna always be criminals that gonna do what the fuck they want to do. You gonna have that one motherfucker that's having a bad day and something don't trigger it because he don't had a fucked up life and he about to look, fuck it. I'm going ballistic. I'm taking as many motherfuckers as I can with me. It's gonna be suicide by cop after I gun down all these motherfuckers. And it's just the same old movie, the same old story. People running for their lives, running around like chickens with their fucking heads chopped off. I'm so tired of that shit. When is we gonna stand up and put them motherfuckers down before they can take out more people? How many of y'all in here got it in y'all right now to put a fucking savage down, an active shooter down? Or how many of y'all gonna just get the fuck out of there with your family and be like, that's on them? They could have been armed to fight back. Now they running around with chickens with no heads being slaughtered. I think I'm gonna be that motherfucker that makes sure I get my family out first. And then I'm gonna go back in there. And I'm gonna try my best. It's gonna be hard because I need to be here. I need to be alive for my family. But my soul, I can't just sit back and listen to innocent people be harmed by a fucking savage. I feel like if I'm in the position to make a difference and do something about it, then that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to let that savage know that I'm armed. I'm going to try to, sneak up on them, listen to the direction of fire, assess the situation, make sure that I'm just dealing with 1, 2, or is it multiple? Is it any sleeper cells? Because now it'll be a couple of savages in there, but it'll be only one shooting, but it's another one that's blending in, watching the savages back. And if he sees somebody pull a gun, that's when he gonna pull his gun. That happened at a Walmart some years ago. So you just can't jump in the middle of any situation. You got to assess it to the best of your abilities. Now, if I don't think it's no sleeper cell, the last second when he ain't seeing me, that's when I'm gonna pull my funky town dagger and I'm gonna aim straight for his face, back of the head. Because nowadays they got body armor on, and I don't give a fuck what people say. Glock versus they body armor and the AR-15, that is a deadly combo. You don't want to have a handgun on you, and you facing down an active shooter that got on body armor and he got an AR-15. Number one, you outgunned, and he got the advantage of having that fucking body armor on, and you at the disadvantage because then you're gonna waste time going center mass, and that's not gonna affect him. He gonna feel it, but he also gonna know that you're there now, and then he gonna light you up with that AR-15. So if them motherfuckers, if you are ever unfortunately in a situation like that, and it look like they got on body armor, like some type of tactical vest, that's body armor. You got to assume that it's body armor if they wearing a tactical vest, a carrier, plate carrier, whatever. You got to assume body armor in that bitch. So number one, I would not suggest you go center mass, because all that's gonna do is just it's gonna attract his attention, and he know that you got a gun, and you number one in the bullseye. So if the motherfucker look like he got on a tactical vest, assume he got on body armor. You gotta aim for them legs or aim for a headshot. His face, the thighs. That's what you gotta aim for, because hitting him in center mass ain't gonna affect him, but he will be effective in pinpointing you and sending rounds your way. And you do not want to get hit by a 5.56 or a 7.62, especially a 7.62. Neither one of them. So what I would do, I would go up in there. I would go back after I know that my family is safe, and I'll be on the phone with the police, giving them my description. So, because I don't want to be shot by mistake. I don't want to be mistaken for the bad guy. But I will try to go back up in there and get the drop on them. And I'm gonna be aiming for a face shot, a nut shot, or a thigh shot. You know? Because if it was my people in there and I know they can't defend themselves, I would hope it's a guy like me that would try to take that savage out. Because even if you pop that motherfucker, or you gonna already take his attention away from the people that he's unaliving. Then a part of me, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me is like, man, I would never say fuck them, because nobody deserves to be victims. But I just wish that they had the wherewithal to be armed and get their concealed carry license. If it was enough people armed, man, I'm telling you, if everybody was armed, it'll cut down on a lot of these shootings. It would cut down on a lot of these active shooting situations. It would. An armed society is a polite society. I wish we lived in a world where there was no hate, no rape, no murders. But we don't. You know, I it's people out there they just want to do harm. They want to do evil things. It can happen anytime, anywhere, any place. And I'm not talking about that Janet Jackson song. I'm talking real life. The key word is life. It's precious. Life is short. We all was born to die, basically. We dying every day. We living to die. Make that journey as healthy and as long as you possibly can before your time is up. And damn sure don't let it be when your time do come. Don't let it be at don't let it be at the hands of a funky ass savage. I'ma be pissed off at you. I'm gonna yeah, I'ma love you, mourn for you, but I'm gonna be mad at you too. Cause you supposed to still be here. Like my nephew's supposed to still be here. And I miss his motherfucking ass every fucking day. I miss his ass, man. I know I know that I know he's supposed to still be here, man. And the way he went out and he didn't get no justice. Nobody went to jail. It's that stand your ground law, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there, man, that broke me down. I went there to that cemetery to see my father, my sister, my father, my mother, my other nephew. They all died of health problems. You know, my nephew, man, he was perfectly healthy. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there, that right there, man. That shit, his death impacted the fuck out of me. Of all of the people that died in my family, his hurt the worst. And I just wish that I could have been there that night because I would have did everything in my power to de-escalate that situation, you know. And then if I couldn't do it, I wasn't gonna watch somebody just murder without me responding. I was gonna react, and in turn, I probably would have been gunned down too. They said all them niggas had guns, so don't pull your gun unless your life is really really and you facing deadly force to your life. If deadly force is coming, that you feel that bodily, like deadly force, by all means, do what you got to do to neutralize that threat, but never ever pull it out to make a point. Don't never ever pull it out to try to flex. Don't never pull it out of anger because that will get you killed and the other person will not be prosecuted for it because they're going to look at you no matter what the circumstances where however it started. You put your gun first, you are the aggressor. That's the way they look at it. It's Michigan law. You pull your gun first, then you are the aggressor. That gives the other person to cry self-defense. He stood his ground. Hey, I was in fear of my life. He pulled a gun. I didn't want him to shoot my brother, so I shot him before he could shoot my brother. That's the way it went. Because of the law, they got off on it. They didn't give a fuck about the fact that it was told to leave on several times and they refused to leave and it was a stare down and they walking up on them. I get why the shooter did it, but I don't get why you didn't just hey bro, let's go. They said they don't want us here no more. We're not welcome here no more. Let's go. Shit always gotta escalate to the point to where Somebody is resolving a fucking dispute with guns, man. Walk away from that shit. Nephew, if you was alive, I would have been like, nephew, why the fuck could you just walk away? I get it, they in y'all shit. But number one, why didn't you assume these niggas was not armed? Why did you assume that? And how did you let some shit like that get you that mad to escalate it to that point? I get it. They walked up on you. And you was telling them to leave. You was begging your friend, make these motherfuckers leave. These niggas got to go. He was trying to get his so-called friend that invited them motherfuckers to make them leave. Niggas will be niggas. And especially when you got some women around, they really gonna see who got the biggest cojones. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be made to look like a punk or whatever because they trying to impress they bitch. A lot of that play a role in a lot of these killings. It's nothing I can never do to bring my nephew back. If only, you can rewind time or manipulate time and go back in time, man, it would be so much shit. So many conversations I would have with a lot of my loved ones that's no longer here. A lot of decisions and choices would be different. Trust me, if I only knew. But unfortunately, nobody knows. He damn sure, my nephew didn't know going to his sister's birthday party at that fucking cabaret he was gonna get killed there. You just don't know who you gonna cross paths with. This is why no matter what, keep your fucking cool, play it smart, and smile in the devil's face. Don't let people see you sweat. Don't let other people know that they getting to you and pissing you off. I don't give a fuck how mad you may be inside. Smile. Laugh. That takes away all their fucking power. And if they pull a fucking gun, then you fucking pull yours because you ain't gonna be the one that's gonna wait and see what he do with that motherfucker. Put the motherfucker down. He gonna take it to the alternate high. That's what I'm saying. I see it from the shooter perspective, but shooter, you was fucking wrong. You could have got the fuck out of there before it even got to that point. My son, man, my nephew, I love you. That's why I'm so proud of my son, man. He ain't, he don't be going to places like that and shit and ain't on no streets. Not saying my nephew was on the street. He wasn't. I can't bring him back. I miss him though. Because I know nephew would have definitely had my back in the time of need. He would have had my back. Y'all just be safe out there. Be safe, man. You just never know. When the devil come for you, devil is the one that's gonna pick the place and pick the time, and you just might happen to be there at that time, and you got to know how to move. You got to know how to fold them. You got to know when to let it go. Like that son, that Kenny Rogers son. You got to have that situational awareness. Predict some shit. Be proactive with the shit. Predict what if this scenario, what if this shit can go down. Having your mind trained like that gonna keep you naturally on edge and ready. Where you got to be a bad motherfucker to get the drop on me, to get up on me, to get close enough to me. Because I'm constantly gonna be looking around. And what if, call me paranoid all you want, but I'm alive and I intend on staying alive. And I intend on, keeping my family alive and took care of. I'd be damned if I be a victim. So the shooter apologized to my niece. He said, but he pulled a gun. She told him, like, my brother wasn't gonna shoot you. And he wasn't. So that tell me for him to call her, it's gotta be bothering him. It's gotta be like, damn, I killed somebody right in front of their entire family at his sister's birthday party over what? So it's gotta be fucking with him. It's gotta be some type of guilt for you to call and apologize and stalk her Facebook page. And I had my Facebook page stalked by him. So if he's stalking my Facebook page, he gotta be, because every time I upload a video, it go on my Instagram, and then it goes to my, whatever goes on my Instagram automatically goes on my Facebook. So he watching the channel. And I remember I was talking about the situation with my nephew when it happened a year, like 2 years ago. And somebody in the comments said something odd to me that stood out, that caught my attention. And I can't say it what they said word for word verbatim, but it was along the lines of saying thank you for saying that he put his first. And it just stood out. And it made me think, like, was that the shooter watching me? All I'm gonna say, man, if you would have got to know my nephew, man, you would have like had so much love and respect for him. My nephew was a protector. You know, if he sees somebody getting jumped on, robbed, or a little old lady being robbed, or somebody trying to rape her, he gonna stop whatever the fuck he doing and gonna confront the aggressor. A lot of people say that's a bad thing. I say it's a good thing. I think it's a righteous thing, because I would want somebody to do that for my family member. If my family member was ever in need, I would want a good guy. I remember it was a nigga over there putting hands on my niece, and my nephew happened to pull up and see that shit, man. He whooped that nigga's ass for beating on his cousin. And I be trying to not get involved in shit like that, because you know you do, and then the next damn day they right back with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? They ready to fight you after they don't got their ass whooped. You touch they man, they ready to put hands on you, and you trying to defend them. So I do my best. You know, I only got one sister now, and she not in no relationship, and thank God. You know, but my nieces, that's a whole nother story. But you know, for the most part, they ain't dealing with them bombs like that no more. But I'm just saying, don't get caught up in that shit. I know y'all heard about what happened with the Love and Hip Hop. Kirk and Rashida son ended up killing her his sister's boyfriend. Nigga was laying hands on her. T Hood. That's all over the media right now, you know. And I think he getting off on it because they about to claim it was self defense. Yeah, that happened on that. They gonna probably put that shit on Love and Hip Hop on the show that his parents is on. Kirk and Rashida. Man, they got one hell of a storyline now, huh? My girl often say that you need to put my ass on Love and Hip Hop. I'll be like the new motherfucking Stevie J. I'll probably be worse than Stevie J. Because Stevie J, Jocelyn, Mimi, them motherfuckers, they made Love and Hip Hop Atlanta what it is. They was the stars of that fucking show. Season 1, season 2, season 3, they dominated that motherfucker. Shit, I got my own reality TV. It's this motherfucker right here, the real and raw, and this motherfucker right here. I promise y'all, I'm gonna go live more often. And man, I just want to thank my moderators. I want to thank my paid members. These people are giving me $3 a month. And it goes a long way because YouTube ain't paying me shit. My channel is being shadow banned. I'm not making no money off of YouTube. And the little money that I do make is from my paid members, not from YouTube. I'm hearing that everybody getting low views, but I'm at the point now, man, I can't focus on subscribers, new subscribers, or view counts and shit. I have to focus on the content. If people don't like it no more, or YouTube ain't promoting it, or it's being shadow banned, it's nothing I can do about that. And I can't worry about or control things or worry about situations I have no control over. So all I can do is just keep on doing my lives, cranking out content, and appreciating the people that really rock with me. And that's including my paid members that is paying me $2.99 a month. This is why I have to start making members only, more members only content, like when I, went to the range with the dagger and the full range footage of the Marauder. And I gotta get back to the range because you know what? I got that super safety on that bitch. I wish I could show my shit on live, but I ain't trying to get the channel took down. But you got the little bar. You push it all the way to the right. That's semi. You push it in the middle. That's super safety mode. And then you push it all the way to the left. That's the safety mode. That's why in my opinion, I think it's better than the rare breed. And I'm not shitting on the rare breed trigger. I just think at that time, excuse me, this damn indigestion, man. At that time, rare breed, it didn't have a safety selector on it. Once you put that trigger in there, that's it. You stuck with it being in FRT mode. I'm hearing that they about to come out with one that got the third switch, which is the single shot mode and safety, right? I've had that trigger. I had the WOT trigger, the wide open trigger, WOT. I had the selector. None of them is fucking with the super safety, and you will soon be seeing it. The members only probably gonna see it first. When I saw him throw his 300 blackout suppressor on it, he was like, "Man, you ain't got to cover your ears." And man, when he put it in the super safety mode, 10 rounds in less than 1 second. I fucking kid you not. That's how fast it went. And he was like, T, by yours being unsuppressed and yours is a 5.56 upper, it's going to be even faster. Yeah, I'm holding on to that Marauder. Yes, I'm not getting rid of that Marauder. Somebody already tried to buy it off of me because of the no, I'm not letting it go. And the only way I'm gonna put that in super safety mode is when I got about 50 savages trying to break in on me, and then I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna just be Tony Montana. I'm gonna be Scarface on their asses. I'm gonna give them the best that I got. I'm gonna Anita Baker their ass. I'm gonna give them the best that I got, baby. And when them savages come for y'all, they're gonna pick the day, the time, and the place when they try y'all. Do the Anita Baker. Give them the best that you got. You know what I'm saying? Don't lay down and take it in the ass. You know, don't lay down and watch your woman take it in the ass. Be ready to fight back. You know, give them the best that you got. And if that's sending them to Funky Town, you putting that threat down, I salute you. You feel me? Every single one of y'all, I salute you. Anyway, man, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like, smash the like. You know, I'm tired of this fucking YouTube shadow banning me. You feel me? Subscribe to the channel. It's all love here. Hate, judgment, ego, pride, all that shit is out the door when you come in here, man. We gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it honest. We gonna keep it raw. We Gun Freak Nation. We all human beings. At the end of the day, righteous human beings that's trying to, you know, we trying to survive. We trying to stay alive in this wicked, wicked ass, corrupt world. Give it the best that you got. I don't give a damn if all you got is a high point or some 22. 22s can do a lot of damage if you know how to, if you know how to utilize it. I know I don't want to get shot by one. Shit, I don't even want to get shot by a BB gun. Fuck that. Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, I appreciate you. I'm about to jump off. Remember, give them the best that you got. In other words, give them hell. Send them to Funky Town. Don't be no fucking victim. Be glad that you are free. Be glad that you are armed. God bless Gun Freak Nation. I love y'all, man. Every single one of you. I don't give a fuck about your race, your color, your religion, your sex, your sexual preference. I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. What I care about is your heart, man. That's all that matters at the end of the day. We all want to be loved, and we all want to love. Remember that. But most importantly, love yourself. And it's all right to be selfish sometimes, to put your happiness first. Your peace got to come first, because guess what? Life is so short. Don't let other people jam your star. All right? God bless you. God bless Gun Freak Nation. Stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous. And be ready to send that dirty, low down, demonic ass savage to Funky Town. And once again, brother, let me give you a shout out for that Cash App. The brother don't cash fucking out me for some ammo, for me to get some ammo, and I promise you, brother, I'm gonna get that ammo. Let me give you another shout out again, my brother. Jacob. Hold on. Come on, Jacob. Jacob McHale. Thank you. Thank you for that Cash App. I'm going to dedicate tonight's show to you, Jacob, for that Cash App. Thank you. I'm going to put that towards some ammo, some range ammo when I take the Marauder Spooky Electric 2.0 to the range. That's what I call him. I'm riding on Spooky Electric Chamberlain 556 Super Safety. So yeah, that's gonna y'all gonna see some fire. It's gonna spit some flames. So thank you for that donation. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. All right. We're gonna talk about some guns. We're gonna talk about that SIG P320 going off killing people. That's what I heard. Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't need YouTube coming after me. I don't need YouTube coming for me, alright? Alright. Oh shit. I don't got another Cash App donation. This one is from my brother, from another mother. Do something different. Thank you, do something. Man, y'all got me feeling special up in here tonight. I don't have me 2 Cash App donations because when people super chat, YouTube taking 30% of that. But when you Cash App me, that's going direct. That's like you taking some money out of your wallet and putting it in my hand, and I'm sticking it in my pocket right now. YouTube ain't taking 30% of that. So, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Do something different. Do something different, baby. Thank you. Do something different. I appreciate you. Next time when I go live on the other channel, man, you can have me play any song. It ain't got to be no Prince. You can have me request any song that you want for for that donation, brother. That's gonna go towards something. And then I got something else planned in the future. All this right here, I'm gonna be in my basement, y'all. I had the basement remodeled and everything. I'm gonna be live from the bunker. I'm gonna have the motherfucking big ass. I got the green screen. I'm just waiting to paint it a different color. Studio going down there. It's gonna have its own fucking music studio that I'm gonna rent out to people. But I don't want strangers coming to my house. It's got to be somebody I already know. I'm gonna charge maybe $20, $15 an hour, and you got access to all my sounds and plugins and my instruments and shit. And you make your beat, then you can record on it. I got the microphone booth, all that shit. Man, it's gonna be fire. So all this shit that you see in the background, no, I'm gonna take them flags, put them on the wall down there, and I'm gonna have a big ass green screen in back of me. So y'all gonna see probably niggas killing each other or home invasions in real time or something happening back of me, and it's gonna be lit, man. But it's gonna be called Live from the Bunker. Cause it look like a bunker down there with them concrete cinder block basement walls. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to, put no sheetrock on. Yeah. It's gonna be something different, but it's gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? So unfamiliarize yourself with that background right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out could I take my gun rack down there, but I don't know. I don't want to, I don't know. It's a whole new different room. It's gonna be the new boom boom room. I'm gonna put a bar down there. It's gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? It ain't leaking no more every time it rain. My shit ain't buckled no more. You know what I'm saying? So we about to turn up for the one time, Gun Freak Nation. God bless the Gun Freak Nation. Shit can happen at any times, man. We got terrorist cells, cartel cells, racist motherfucking cells. We got to look out. Watch out, not only from the savages, but from all these fucking different types of cells. Man, what the fuck? That's why I'm thinking maybe I should keep my motherfucking IWIX95 because guess what? That motherfucker is active right now. They using that in war right now over in Israel. And I'm thinking about getting rid of that and taking that money and getting me a PSA Jackal, the 8.5-inch barrel pistol 300 blackout that looks so sexy. And it just looks so much better than the Tavoy. But then when the new Battlefield drop in October, I guarantee you I'm going to see not the Jackal, but I'm going to see the fucking Tavoy. And that's gonna be like, damn, now I hate I sold my Tavoy. So I'm thinking I should keep my Tavoy because that's the only full length AR style rifle I have. Because it's a bullpup, but it's got like it's a 16-inch barrel. That's why I can put the vertical grip and all that shit on there. You know what I'm saying? I might just hold on to my X95, even though I want that Jackal 300. Like the Jackal 9 is already mine. It's already mine, y'all. I'm just waiting on certain components to get here. But the Jackal 300 blackout, the 8.5 motherfucking inch with the F9 brace, my nigga. Man, hold on, let me pull that motherfucker up. Let me show y'all what this motherfucker looking like, man. I'm gonna show y'all why my dick hard right now. Why my girl is gonna enjoy me tonight. She gonna be happy and thankful for me. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what this hold on. Jackal 300 blackout. Watch this shit, man. And I don't like it with the triangle folding brace. To me, that look ugly. I don't think my personal opinion is I don't think no triangle brace belong on no gun that shoot 5.56. No AR variant. I don't think it look good. I'm trying to find. Oh my god, man! Tell me this. When y'all see this, tell me that your dick ain't hard. Look at this motherfucker. It look just like the 9 that I'm getting, but it's 300 blackout. Come on, man. Y'all see that F9 brace on there with the tail hook? You see that? Look at that bitch. That's an 8.5-inch barrel. You got the tail hook. Look at that B5 brace on it, though. That folds. That bitch folds. And it collapses. It's a collapsible where you can adjust it. And it folds. It's a side folder. Come on, man. I might have to just let that Tavor go. For real. I mean, what y'all think in the comments? Should I let the Tavor go and get that Jackal right there? I mean, what y'all think? What y'all think? Should I let it? I mean, life is short, though. And your boy T, he wants to have a Jackal 9 and he wants a Jackal in 300. Twins, basically, because I would get them both in FDE. Man. But then I'm giving up a battle-proven IWI Tavoy X fucking 95 bullpup. That mug is already battle tested and battle proven. It's in the theater of war right now. Israel is at war with Palestine, with Hamas. So it's saying it's in the active war zone, so but then again, you see how sexy that PSA 300 blackout Jackal. And then they got the Jackal Sabre line now. I mean the Sabre ARV, where they got the roller delay in the new Sabre line of the ARVs. It's a roller delay system in it now. So a lot of people's like, why they couldn't put that in the Jackal 9? Number one, I don't give a fuck about it being what's the word? Blowback. I don't care about it being blowback. It's only a 9 millimeter. Come on, man. If you can't handle that, then shit. I think I might. What up? Holler at me. What up? If you wanna, if you trying to get it, holler at me. I give you a good deal, and you getting that primary arms LPVO scope. You gonna get a good deal, my nigga. Holla. If you in the metro, you know what? YouTube, this is a disclaimer. I'm not promoting the sales and ha! Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think I'm gonna go ahead. I had that to voice since 2020, 2019, something like that. And I only shot it one time, I think. So I think I need to put it in somebody else's hands that's gonna appreciate it a little bit more. Like I'm gonna appreciate that sexy ass PSA Jackal 9 and that super sexy ass Jackal with 300 motherfucking blackout. Damn. Mm. Man, if I stand up right now, y'all gonna see something so big, something so fucking hard. Just thinking about that motherfucker. That 300 blackout now. Cause I that Jackal 9 already secured and paid for, baby. But I want that 300 blackout. And when T wants something, T gonna get it. By any means. Now I ain't going out there to do some savage shit and nothing illegal. I'm just saying I might have to dig into my personal money. You know what I'm saying? I was not really trying to do that because I'm investing, getting this basement. It's gonna be, called Live from the Bunker. And you're gonna get the real of the rare. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the studio shit. I'm gonna rent my fucking studio out, go live if they comfortable. I'm gonna go live, cooking up, making beats and shit. This is a upstairs. I'm building a dedicated fucking studio with the strobe lights, all type of shit. Shit, y'all gonna see T gonna be down there dancing. I'm gonna put a gym down there, bar. Shit, it's gonna be called the Bunker, baby. So, but I must have Palmetto State Armory. I must have that 300 blackout. I wish I was in like plugged in with y'all where if y'all get some shit, send it to me and I'll test it out for you. And hopefully you'll let me keep that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to have a relationship with you, PSA. I stand with you because you stand with us. You giving us quality shit that's better than all this so-called high-end shit at an affordable price. Because I was on the fence about getting that new line of guns they got called the Guardsmen. Where you get the, 300 blackout, 556, $600. You ain't got to have a $2,000, $3,000 gun to protect your life, man. And then guess what? The police gonna take it anyway. You see that Marauder? That's what that Marauder. Hey, that's my first line of defense. That fucking Marauder. Now I would never put it in in super safety mode. But that's what's going. Yeah, or that Draco right there. But really, the Marauder is right there on the nightstand, baby. So y'all can come in here all you want. But I'm gonna tear your motherfucking ass up. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not the one to be fucked with, especially when it comes to me and mine. Okay? Cause then you gonna bring the motherfucker. You play with me and mine. That's when you're gonna see the savage come out in me. That's all I'm gonna say. My mind is made up. I gotta get that Jackal 300 blackout now. I got the Jackal 9, but now I gotta get that Jackal 300 blackout. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. It's all about the power of manifesting. It's like I got the guns already. You know what I'm saying? You gotta manifest through the power of manifestation. All them guns I don't have some of the most high end, it's like top of the line shit. But it's just a gun at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I had them all, seen them all, felt them all. And I'm not talking about pussy. I'm talking about guns. A lot of them I let go of. I don't have the Galil Ace no more. MPX is gone. The Maximum Defense PDX is gone. You know, but I think that I'm replacing them with um, something, just as good, if not better. So this is why I salute Palmetto State Armory. I love y'all. I gotta go. My iPad battery is dying. Keep staying alive. Keep living. Live your best life. Live it toxic free. Get the toxic motherfuckers off around you. And live your life, man. Do it like you in some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Hit that shit hard. Don't stop until you get your nut. You feel me? I love you, Gun Freak Nation. Style, solid.